Turning now to the latest out of Arizona. 2 people were killed in a midair collision involving 2 small planes. It happened this morning near a small airport on the outskirts of Tucson. There were 2 people in each plane. The FAA says the Marana Regional Airport is an uncontrolled field and does not have an air traffic control tower. The NTSB is investigating.
Following that plane crash, News 8 spoke with passengers at Bradley International Airport about whether they are feeling any type of anxiety right now.
News 8's Bob Wilson has more on the best way to ease fears you might have about flying.
So tonight, as flights take off and land here at Bradley International Airport, a lot of people talking about that mid-air collision in Arizona, especially the people flying out to Arizona, and especially after what happened in Toronto, where that plane came down, flipped over, and even though everybody got out okay, they say it's scary watching that video.
No, but before we got on, she's scrolling on Instagram Reels and she's like, oh, I'm scared now, because it was like people having like evacuated a plane. Maybe, I don't know.
It was upside down and they were getting on a plane.
Flying to Arizona, there was just a mid-air collision in Arizona. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I'm really nervous to fly home.
Fear of flying heightened at the airport, heightened by the constant play of accidents on social media. Dr. David Bendor, clinical psychologist at Hartford Healthcare, says watching the crash over and over on social media only increases anxiety.
For some people, getting bombarded with that is different than reading it in print or seeing it on WTNH only once, right? It's different when it comes in over and over and over.
I told my sister, I said, I'm not even taking my seatbelt off. I'm keeping my seatbelt on. I'm not even going to use the bathroom.
I'm sure if I hit turbulence enough where they're like, hey guys, buckle up, it's going to happen. That's when it could, I feel like it just kind of jolts everybody for like a split second.
According to the National Transportation Safety Board, you have a 1 in 11 million chance of dying in a plane crash, as opposed to 1 in 5,000 in a car accident.
I do encourage people to lean into probability and likelihood. It might even help folks like that to take a quick scan of the statistics you just mentioned of how incredibly unlikely. That can be somewhat reassuring.
I was trying to put on a brave face for Sadie because I know that she's always nervous. I was like, it's all right, stuff like that happens.
They can do deep breathing, they can do relaxation, they can interact with the people around them.
Every time the plane takes off, I have a tradition. I have to hold someone's hand, so I held her hand to make me feel better.
And the psychologist says if you are worried about like bouncing or turbulence on the flight, you can take Dramamine or motion sickness medicine. That way it might help ease your mind as well as your body. At Bradley International Airport, Bob Wilson, News 8.